This is the FIA World Rallycross Championship. The fastest growing sport on four wheels, Rallycross is an explosive combination of circuit and off-road racing, pushing both man and machine to the limit. After 40 years of European Rallycross, the 2014 season sees the sport go global, with 12 two-day events taking place across 3 continents. Andreas Eriksson is the team principal of Ford Olsberg's MSE.
People want to be entertained. You want to see people on the same track together racing, you know. You can see the difference, if you're fast, if you're slow, you know. You have different styles, they drive in different ways. In the end, you have one checkered flag and one winner.
The sport's elite supercar category attracts some of the biggest names in motorsport. Among them is Norway's former World Rally champion Petter Solberg, who won the season's inaugural event in Portugal.
Obviously, I think it was the only choice to get it into World Championship and get it proper TV on it. And I think the sport will just develop very quickly and fast. And if you see the interest from all the people all around the world now, you know, it's really, really good. So you see the teams and professionalism with trucks and tents and the tracks also getting better and better. And it's well organized. You know, that's why I went here. You know.
Transworld Sport was on hand for the second stop on the tour at the Lydden Hill race circuit in southern England. Lydden Hill is the spiritual home of Rallycross and played host to the sport's first ever event back in 1967. It was also a regular stop for the European Rallycross Championship, and the last 2 races here were both won by American driver Tanner Faust. A 3-time X Games Rally gold medalist, Faust has been competing in Rallycross since 2010.
I think there's something about Rallycross that is very visceral. You know, there's a lot of equalizers on these cars. They run bias ply tires, they run restrictors. You don't necessarily have the team coming in with so much more money than everybody else and then blowing everybody out of the water. So you can come in here on a reasonable budget and you as a driver can pull it off.
Alongside the established names, there are some new faces competing on this year's tour. Amongst the debutants is Ramona Karlsson, the first woman to compete in World Rallycross. The 33-year-old has signed up for the Per Eklund Motorsport team, and she reached the semi-finals of her first event in Portugal.
It feels really exciting. It's my first year now in a supercar, and to start with the World Championships is really great, of course. Rallycross is growing huge, and I like the arena format, I like the explosive format of the sport, and I also like the close fights with the competitors. So it's like everything happens in one time, and you have to be very tactical, and you have to, when you hit each other, you have to hit each other on the right places so the car is okay also. So, well, it's mostly talent, but of course a little bit of luck as well.
Rallycross has been described as the ultimate test of driver and machine, so the constructors too have a vital role to play. The supercars boast turbocharged 2-litre engines which produce 600 brake horsepower and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. For Andreas and the team, nursing the cars through 6 rounds of extreme racing presents its own challenges.
It's not like a rally that you need to get the car to survive for 40 Ks of stages, but you have a lot of friends on the track that help you destroy the car as well. The G-forces is hard, and we run them to the limit, and then if you add element of door-to-door handling, crashes and all that stuff, the car gets a lot of beating.
After 4 punishing rounds of heat, Petter Solberg and Tanner Faust qualify fastest for the semi-finals. In the first semi, however, both drivers struggle to keep up with Thomas Heikkinen and Andreas Bakkerud, who take the top 2 spots, with Solberg's 3rd place just enough to scrape into the final. 4th place appears to have cost Faust the chance of a Lydden three-peat, before a technical issue for René Snittisch, winner of the other semi, offers the American a reprieve. Robin Larsson and Andrew Jordan complete the lineup for the final, and it's the Swede Larsson in his international supercar debut who passes Heikkinen on the first corner to take an early lead. Each driver must take a longer joker lap once in the race, and with Solberg pushing hard to regain position, he collides with Faust, effectively ending both drivers' hopes of victory. After passing Heikkinen on the penultimate lap, Bakkerud then takes full advantage of Larsson's joker to gain the lead. Despite the Swede's best efforts, Bakkerud is able to hold on and secure the win. Andrew Jordan, another Olsbergs driver, comes home in third, ensuring Andreas Eriksson's team have 2 men on the podium for the second race running.
As long as I race for the wins and have a capacity to win, I'm happy. This is what I worked for the last few years. You know, I was so disappointed when I left Europe because I thought it was run incorrectly. If we need to get rallycross to the level it should be, and will be if we do it correctly, we need to work much harder. You know, for me this is just, you know, I'm happy and privileged to be here and run this team, but I have a lot of, you know, my goal is not only this. My goal is much greater.
Up next is a trip to Norway's Hell motor circuit for round 3. With home favourites Bakkerud and Solberg currently leading the drivers' standings, there's sure to be plenty of intrigue surrounding the event.
This is a sport that I think is going to set new boundaries for growth, because it's not just racing. You know, it taps into a young demographic of fans. You know, if you look around, there are really young people around here that are fans of motorsport again, and a lot of motorsports have lost the young crowds. So I think it's a game changer in motorsport. So I think this sport is going to be huge.